guys, welcome back to the next video, and this is going to be a short video in which we are going to go over some of the Archipelago Raid updates that are going to happen. And this might be the reason why we are having two Dark Seals in a row and not an island and Dark Seal alternatively. Okay, so let's go over it. Basically, these changes are coming because of some of the feedbacks that were given to the developers based on the first time Archipelago that happened, and things were not very smooth because of various reasons. And this time around, they are potentially gonna fix some of the things that many people had troubles with, which I would like to appreciate the developers team to take that into account and make the changes. So there are 5 changes that are gonna come. The first one would be the map being too big, so it takes far too long to walk from one part of the map to the other in case you are fighting. Most likely, since gold and jade are two legions that are destined to be against each other, and their fight starts way early on in the island, since you can walk through the uncaptured checkpoints, but it takes a lot of time. So they're going to reduce the size of the map and also adjust the timing when the checkpoint and treasure cities are gonna be open, so that way things are gonna go a little more quickly compared to before. So that was one. Second is the differences between legions and factions. The rules for faction allocations are too complicated. Now that was something that concerned a lot of people, because as the rules suggested, two legions that are gonna capture the treasure city are gonna be assigned in opposite factions, and whichever legion has a particular level 6 city, the affiliation of that city is gonna decide which faction they are gonna belong to. But in some islands it happened, the Crimson, which is red on north, and Azure, which is blue on south, they captured, say Azure captured the west level city 6, and Crimson captured east level city 6. In our island itself, it happened, Crimson capturing east city 6 were assigned to westward faction, and the Azure who captured west city 6 was assigned to east bay faction, which was kind of weird. So there was some, I would say, implementation issues or the language issues, how they worded it. So they said that we will continue to optimize the explanation and presentation of the rules to assist commanders in devising suitable strategy in battle. So this most likely is gonna be an explanation update in the text of the rules, but I'm kind of hoping to have some bug fixes related to this, because it has to match, or the implementation has to match what is being said. So that is second point. I don't know, a lot of the islands, it went away the way it was worded, where any particular legion with whichever city that they have, they got assigned to a faction correctly. But in our island it happened in a reverse order, and there was one more island where I heard it happened, but it could be a bug. So that was second. Third is the discrepancy in watchtower limit due to legions having different number of alliances. Now this was actually a problem, because if you have, say, up to 5 alliances can be there in a legion, but many legions can have 2, 3 or 4 alliances, and the watchtower limit is based on alliance. So any legion that have less number of alliances, they'll have higher building cost with each tower compared to any legion that have 5. Let's say you need to build 100 towers to get to a particular city or a particular checkpoint. If, for an example, any legion that has 2 alliances will have to build 50 towers each, and we all know that with each tower the building cost increase. So building 50 towers is going to be a lot for 2 alliances in a legion. However, if a legion that has 5 alliances, they only have to build 20 per alliance, which is not going to be as costly. So that's where there's some issues with the number of, and let's say there was a limit on how many watchtowers an alliance can make. So if the limit is, let's say, 50, example, then a legion with 5 alliances will have up to 250 tower limit, while a legion with 2 to 3 alliances will only have 100 to 150 towers, which is inherently, you can say, biased, or not. I wouldn't say biased, I would say not it's unfair in a sense, because they have to, even though those legions with less number of alliances will be more powerful than the legion with 5 alliances, because legion might kind of like, alliances are assigned to a legion based on the power level, and if a legion with 2 alliances means at least 1 alliance out of the legion is way too powerful. So that kind of is already unfair, where they have to fight a legion with 5 alliances with not that much fighting power. The legion with 2 alliances, one very big alliance would anyway win over the other one. But if they are not able to build, now that's a problem. So this is one of the things that they're trying to fix, where they'll adopt an approach where legions will have the similar number of watchtower limits. So they'll adjust the watchtower limit based on number of alliances present in a legion for each alliance. So that's another good thing. Number 4 is the mission in phase 2, which require capturing treasure city of other faction, is too difficult and lacks strategic depth. This was something I think I did mention in my Archipelago Raid breakdown video as well. If I did not, I should have. But we have 2 level 7 cities on the map, and in phase 2 you have to capture the other one and defend yours. It is entirely possible that you will not be able to capture the other one and you can successfully defend yours. So in that case, each faction will end up with the same level 7 city they started with. So how would phase 2 be decided? So now they're gonna be adding a level 8 treasure city between the 2 level 6 checkpoints, the center zone that we have, and that way at least there will be a strategic value to build from checkpoint 6 to, say, other checkpoint 6 or another city, and compete for it. So that was something very important that they should be adding, and they are actually now adding. And lastly, the output of alliance building material is too low, and it takes too much time and effort to keep transporting them. That is actually also a very concerning thing that happened, where collecting building material was a painful task, and the output from each farm was only 10, and collecting building material was a little bit of a trouble for many. So they are saying that they plan to increase ways to obtain alliance building material, such as the ability to produce them after capturing a level 6 watchtower. Capturing level 6 watchtower, the level 6 city mostly. this is gonna be, I need to see how that is gonna be implemented. I would rather have the donation thing that we have on Island Raid, where people can, active player can just donate and we have building material based on the activity in the alliance. That will be much quicker. Maybe they can have that as an additional option to secure building material. But this is something we need to see how the implementation will go. But so far we have these 5 updates, and yeah, so all these are very, we can say, very well thought through, and I'm very happy that developers picked on all these ones, and these are all important. With that, I think we can wrap up this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.